Good morning, everyone. She's doing great, Rochelle. Market, not so much. Hmm? Well, I'm live. I am. That was T Buzz. We'll be getting started in just a minute. Roger is walking in now. Getting back. Hey, Doris. Jill, good morning. Joy, Brandon. Sure. Hey, Ringo and Naples fan on YouTube. Here's the YouTube link for everyone.
Right. Good day, everybody. Good day. Hope everybody's doing great. Hopefully, everybody is doing wonderful. Let me just switch over to YouTube, say hello to everybody there, and we'll get started. Did everything go out, Matt?
Yep.
You sure?
Saw some yeses. I know I sent the telegrams.
All right. All right.
Richard, I do play on chess.com.
Hey, Rochelle. You found out that you have an outback wilderness. You have an outback wilderness in your backyard, Rochelle, or is that the car that you got? Outback wilderness. 429. Happy Tuesday.
Let me
Rochelle,
check
Jody, what are you checking?
for his email.
Okay. Let's say hello to everybody. Harold, good afternoon. Jeanette, Angie, Jill. Hey, Jill. Brendan, Ken, Leslie, Andre, Cyrus. Hey, Cyrus. Send you an email yesterday. Ron, send you an email 12:52. You could check on that.
Yeah, I found it.
Gus, okay. Lizard pick? I don't have a lizard pick yet. I'll get you a lizard pick. It's a small lizard. I was explaining everybody well, actually I wasn't explaining everybody. Most folks didn't know I actually have a lizard. I actually have four dogs, four cats, and a lizard. So the lizard, I didn't let me explain to you the story with the lizard. There's a story behind the lizard. Um, the My daughter Michelle, who's now 20 years old, who's studying to go to law school. When we moved to Florida, she was only 14, and she had or 13, and she had this little lizard. And they wouldn't allow me to take the lizard by they wouldn't allow me to take the lizard by whatchamacallit, uh, plane. There was no lizard allowed on planes. So I had to suck it up and I had to drive across the country for this lizard. I'm not joking. I drove across the country for a stupid lizard. So then my daughter, as she got older, she lost interest in the lizard, but my wife fell in love with the lizard and because she was feeding her live crickets every day, so it became my lizard. So now my wife feeds this lizard crickets all the time. Hey Carlos, how are you today? Hey Mark, Genevieve, Michael, hey Michael, Anthony, Richard, hey Richard, Christopher, lawnmower is down. I have wilderness too. There you go. William, hey William. Ken. Richard says, let's play sometimes in about 10 to 1,000. I think that's for you, Matt. Esbe, hey Esbe, Cyrus, Phil,
What, from who, Roger?
uh, from Richard Cather, let's play sometimes. I'm about
Oh,
1,000 to
yeah.
1,200. I think that's for you.
Yeah, send
Certainly
me an
isn't for
email,
me.
Richard.
Ken, we got Dave, we got Robert, we got William, we got Bodine, we got Ron. Ron says, I'm getting texts but no emails lately. That's unfortunate. Can you send a customer service email? Now, I'm telling you, Matt, I think we're just going to go back and forth like we've been doing. Just go back and forth. I don't
I
think
don't
we're going to
know.
get much distance. I know you think we are, but I'm not convinced. And Vold isn't really Tick is actually agreeing with me right now. But we'll see. We'll see. The lizard is probably very nervous. The lizard likes to be isolated. She likes to do her own thing. It's a little lizard. She's very happy. She lays eggs. Dave says took Spy long today as an option. Got out for an hour for $601 profit. Very nice. We're still I can't talk Matt out of letting this trade go. I just can't talk him into letting this trade go. He won't let it go, folks. He won't let it go. I personally think we're going to have a choppy day and we're topping out close to here, but he thinks we're going to break through and go higher. Hey, it's very possible. I mean, who knows? We have room up to the upside. Let me put this here. See, I'm of the mind that we could have taken it already three times at our entry and gotten
Oh,
out.
yeah.
But I may be oversimplifying it. You know, when you're not in the trade, you're oversimplifying it.
Could have taken a small profit,
Yeah, yeah.
but it would be very small
Well,
because we weren't sticking at those prices for more than like 45 seconds.
but we're
That's the main problem.
we're sticking right now.
We are sticking right now, and look at Vold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Roger from upstate New York. Who are you from upstate New York? I don't know what your name is. So let me know what your name is so I could say hello back to you. Stacy, Angie. Oh, he made the trip. The lizard is here. He's now 7 years old and he's happy and he's good. I'll show you guys a picture of him. It's a beautiful lizard. Maybe you could have mailed it. No, not going to mail any lizards. My daughter would have been very upset. So I just drove. It was a nice trip. It was a nice trip. These lizards can live about 14, 15 years, I think. Hefe says, teach us well this afternoon. You hyped it up, so don't miss a skip. I'm not. I'm going to teach you guys good stuff today. All right. Everybody's happy. Everybody's here. Sean says, was 23% on Pepsi. Good, 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 good. Excellent to see that. Let me just put this up here. Good to see you made 23% on Pepsi. No, it's a little, I don't know what it is. It's a little lizard. I'll show you guys a picture, but my wife takes care of it and feeds it and loves it. And I say hi to it once a year. I'm not a lizard guy. Never been a lizard guy. So let me share my screen and I want to start teaching you some stuff. Teaching. I think it's a gecko or something like that. I don't know. The cats want to get their paws in it very, very quickly. All right. No, I don't have any iguanas. There's no iguanas here. They're more south of us. They're more south of us. Oh, your name is Roger. Hey, Roger. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. That goes under file that under an idiot. So let me go back to what I promised to teach you today, and I do want to teach you this today. Go to my. So the first thing I want to talk about is, and by the way, there's a joke about baby alligator, Chris. I'll tell you that when I'm done with the session today. If you remind me, it's actually pretty funny. It's actually pretty funny. You may want to send them an update, Matt. So I'm going to talk about this at 1 o'clock, and I believe Matt has a link for this at 1 o'clock. I haven't talked about this in a while, but I'm going to tell you one of the biggest problems that I see in trading. And when I say biggest problems, I don't think I'm that guilty of it, but I think 99.9% of traders I've seen are. Um, and that fact is you folks are not paying nearly as much attention to correlation as you should. You're not paying attention to correlation, nearly as much correlation as you should. And when you see how much correlation most stocks have with each other, you're not going to you're not going to believe it. So, and I'll announce this at 1 o'clock officially. We're going to talk about data miner, but one of the biggest changes I'm going to be not a change, but one of the biggest additions that I'm going to be making to data miner is I'm going to add a correlation matrix for all the stocks that we have in there. So you'll be able to compare two stocks and find out what their degree of correlation is. Yeah, data miner is very, very cool. Very, very cool. Make sure you put that into YouTube as well, Matt. But it's definitely something that you should pay close attention to. And I think once I show you how correlated your stocks are, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe some of the positions that you're taking because you're just increasing your risk times 1.5 or 2, and pretty much taking the same position. So that's gonna happen in data miner, and I'll talk about that more at today at 1 p.m. But I don't want you guys trading correlated stocks. Try to trade as much diversified stocks as you can. Okay, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing I wanted to talk about is, and I get this question all the time, Roger, should I do credit spreads or debit spreads? Credit spreads or debit spreads, and what's the difference? Okay, so I'll explain to you. When volatility is low, like it's not right now, you want to do debit spreads. When volatility is high, you want to do credit spreads. Now, when you're doing credit spreads, it's very important for you to make sure the biggest problem with credit spreads is, and I'm going to tell you this right now. There's credit spreads usually equal walking up the stairs and falling down. What does that mean? A lot of traders out there, they'll take 5 cents, they'll take 10 cents, and then they'll lose $5. Okay? Uh, so, and I'm making these numbers up to prove an illustration, but the point is, don't let credit spreads lure you into a warm and fuzzy feeling of security. So make sure when you're taking credit spreads in, make sure you're taking in 40 to 60%. Okay? If you're not taking in 40 to 60%, your risk to reward is going to catch up to you very, very fast. And what you will find is oh, I'm taking 5%, 7%, 5%, 6%, 7%, and then two losers and boom, you're done. So you want to make sure that your credit stays in the 40 to 60% range. That's one of the changes I made in my weekly cash flow. Remember, I used to give you guys 10%, and I was like, this is not going to work. So I upped it to 40, 60%. So now my credits, even if we're wrong, you're not going to lose more than 50%. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Yeah, 50, it's usually 40 to 60, so usually right about 50%. So you want to take a credit spread when you can easily take 50% credit. Think about this. A credit spread, what is a credit spread? A credit spread is somebody's giving you money temporarily, and then they're taking it out, right? So you want to make sure when that money's in your pocket that you're getting quite a bit of it. Because if you're not getting quite a bit of it, the amount you're going to have to give is going to be more than the amount you're taking in. You understand? So credits, Manny, I'm repeating this. Manny says, I'm sorry, I missed when take credit or debit. So I'll just repost. Please, folks, change your panelists to everyone. But here's what Manny's asking. So when you're taking a credit, you want to make sure you're taking in 40 to 60%. That's my general guideline. That way, it'll be usually 50%. That way, if you're wrong, God forbid, the trade goes against you $100, you're going to lose only 40 to 60%. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys are listening to me or not. Are you guys paying attention to what I'm saying? We're not talking about politics. We're talking about we're not talking about tariffs. We're talking about credit spread. Okay, just want to make sure you guys are listening to me. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Now, when do you take debit spreads? You do debit spreads, same thing. When this it's the same situation for credit spreads, debit spreads. You want to make sure when you're doing a debit spread that you have some room. You have some room that you've got, at least don't do a debit spread where your debit is 30%. You want to give yourself at least 50%. That's why I say when you're doing a debit spread, make sure if the spread is $5, you're paying no more than $2.50, no more than 50%. And you want to do debit spreads when implied volatility is low. Now, when I say low, anything below 20 is fine for debit spreads, and anything above 20 is really good for credit spreads. But again, don't get into the habit of picking credit spreads based on the fact that you could just take money. Look, I've been able to take money on the weekly cash flow a lot the last few weeks. Have I been doing a lot of trades? No, because spreads have been very wide. The bid and offer has been very wide. So, mention the maintenance requirement. Yes, understood, but you failed to mention the maintenance requirement that results from taking a credit spread. Ron, I haven't failed to mention it. I haven't talked about it yet. I haven't said it at all. I haven't even talked about the topic of requirements. And the reason I don't talk about the maintenance and the margin requirements for credit spreads is because it varies depending on how much credit you get. It's a moving target. So for me to talk about it would be foolish because it can be from $1 to $1 million. The rule is very simple. And you guys all know the rules for debit spread and credit spreads. Your most upside is the spread difference. Your biggest risk is the difference between the spread difference minus the credit. Same thing for debit or credit. You're just taking the opposite side of the same trade. So I want to make sure you guys understand the biggest downside and the biggest factors, not debit and credit. A monkey can figure that out. I want to give you insightful things, Ron. I want to give you things that you may not be able to figure out, like when to do a credit spread and when to do a debit spread. So typically, you want to do debit spreads after long periods of consolidation and inactivity. You want to do credit spreads after periods of long sustained directional movement, which obviously coincides with a nice big fat VIX reading. Okay. If you want to know how to price a credit spread, just go to Google. Folks, my job here is to teach you things that you can't learn anywhere else, not to teach you things that you could learn everywhere else. I think my time is more valuable. Why would I need to explain to you the difference between requirements? I mean, that's just nonsense. Go to your broker site for that. Exactly, Michael. So, yeah. I don't talk about details like that. So, number three, and this is also very, very important. How should you proceed? How should you proceed with credit versus debit spreads in terms of market positioning? Honestly, I don't treat them differently at all. Here's the only difference I look at. If I really like a stock, but I'm expecting a very small move and there's implied volatility there, I'll go with a credit spread. If the stock has very low implied volatility and there's a lot of move, I'll do a debit spread. That's how I look at it. I look to see how far the stock is from the moving averages. So let's say we were doing a trade in VKTX. It's right now like one of my top bullish picks, okay? Let's just hypothetically say we were doing that, okay? Okay. If 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 that's if that's the case, what's my profit target? My profit target is right here. I'm at 29 and this is 33. That would be okay I could still do a trade here, a swing trade here and make money with this. It's okay. But let's say I was right here at 30, let's say I was at 32. Let's just hypothetically say I was at 32. Well, and maybe I still like the stock and maybe I still like the industry, but I'm not expecting too much of an upside. I feel like I'm stuck. So that's when I would consider a credit spread. So the only time I look at credit spread versus do you recommend longer expiration on spreads for protection? I don't do spreads for protection. I don't do anything for protection. I like longer time for spread so I can get more premium out of it, Richard. So I can actually hit that intrinsic value. I hope that makes sense. And I don't use them for protection. I think what you meant to say was, do you recommend longer expiration for protection against decay, not for protection against the position? I think that's what you meant. Yeah, 3 weeks, about 2, 3 weeks out. I want a little maneuverability. That's all. Yeah, but I don't ever hedge. I never ever hedge. Or I find that 95% of all hedging tools uh, are not really good. The best hedging tool is to get out of your position, limit your risk, and control your volatility, which most folks don't do. That to me is the best way to manage your exposure. To me, a hedge is like a gun. The odds are you're going to shoot yourself or it's just going to sit there. It's not as useful as people think it is when they first buy it. So I'm not a big hedge guy because you're creating a different type of risk profile. Richard says, I've learned to do what we have been taught to get out. That's my hedge. Take a loss if I'm exactly. I've seen traders try to roll the position, try to be creative, try to play around it. And does it ever work? Just keep your trading clean. Keep your trading clean. The best way to protect yourself is to control your exposure, control your volatility. Exactly, and exit the trade. That's it. Your best hedge is to exit the trade. All right, now let's continue. Are small caps ready to break out? Let's look at small caps. Small caps are, if you notice, small caps are above this area right here. Above this right here, we're already here. Let me show you. We're already above this area, whereas on the SPY, we're still kind of right on it here. Right there. Kind of on them. So they look like they're a little stronger. It looks a little stronger. Now, so far, you have technology, speculative stocks, interest rate sensitive stocks, and blue chip stocks. If Russell 2000 starts leading, and we look at it every day, that will go a lot further to telling me that the market is in fact looking to lower rates sometimes in the next few months. And remember what I told you. I think sometimes during the summer, the Fed is going to start lowering rates. Not next week or this week, whenever it is, but sometimes during the summer. I'm thinking maybe around July, August. Okay. So I am looking for the Russell to start leading once again. And if the Russell starts leading once again, it'll be a very bullish sign for the market. But remember, nothing good will happen till we're above the 200-day moving average, which is all the way up here. Okay. All right, let's talk about some stocks that I'm looking at today, and we actually have a pretty good list. I have not taken any stocks yet today. I'm still Matt is a hell of a lot more bullish than I am today. I'm still rather choppy, but Matt is a little bullish. He's letting the SPY ride up. I would have already gotten out of it, but that's me. Let's
We took half.
Oh, I'm not looking at the.
We took
I didn't
half.
know. I had no idea. Thanks. I didn't know. Thanks for setting me straight. Let me read it. Ah, there it is. You did. Smart man. And you took it. Oh, good. That was a good. All right. Good. Now, partial. So you're letting the rest ride. Good. That's a smart move right there. Good. Yes, everybody did. Carlos says, been in and out 3 times on that trade. Carlos, from your mouth to God's ears, I told Matt I would have been in and out of that trade 3 times. Matt, didn't I tell you that?
Yeah.
I would have been in and out of that trade 3 times already. Carlos.
trading the options though. That's
No, no, no.
rough.
I know. I'm just look. It's fun just to talk about it. It's all we're doing. It's fun just to chit chat about trades. Cap or stop on the E's. Admin, have you looked at the Telegram lately? He already liquidated half of the position. Exactly. There you go, Richard. And that's the key. Remember what I told you guys? Look, I want to explain something to you guys, and I want you to understand this. And I've said this many, many, many times, and a lot of you will remember me saying this. The reason why I'm focused on high probability trades is to keep you guys motivated. When you get really good at trading, the last thing you care about is your win rate. You care about your profit factor. Your win rate completely goes out the window. Once you get that confidence that you know how to sail, that win rate completely goes out the window. You need that win rate right now. You need that win rate to keep you motivated, to keep you moving. After you learn what you're doing, you're not going to care about your win rate. Some of the best traders I know have a win rate of about 38, 40%, but their winners are massive. All right. Just letting you know. Richard, are you finding that out as well? As the more comfortable you're getting with trading, the less you're focused on your win rate and the more you're focused on your profit factor. All right. Profit factor. Profit factor. Profit factor. All right. Told you it would happen, and I told you that's what it is. And I told you that many, many times. Used to look at it all the time. Yep. Most folks who are not 100% convinced they could do it feel that way. Once you know you could do it, the last thing you'll be looking at is your profit factor. I've been in and out of my SPY 4 times. See all 4 winners? Yeah. Everybody's been making money. Everybody's making money on the SPY trades. It's kind of hard not to. We post the prices, kind of watching them right now. But yeah, that's all I told Matt earlier. I said I would have already gotten in and out of that trade 4 times. But it doesn't matter. It made money. That's all that matters. And it saved you commission. So there's that. All right. So let me give you stocks that we're looking at. How is the trading zone been treating you guys? Let me know. It's kind of a loaded question considering we haven't had a loss in what, 10 trades? 11 trades, something like that?
Yeah.
Let's see I'm just going to YouTube to check on YouTube. Pat says, is 20 implied volatility tipping point for credit versus debit? Yes. Once we go below 20, there's really not much of a reason to do credit spreads unless the stock has a high implied volatility, and a lot of stocks do for whatever reason. Love the trading zone. Trading zone has been great. Great. Good. Good. Love seeing that. Trade, I got ulcers. Don't like holding that long. You see what I told you, Matt?
Yep.
All right. Super TZ. Good, Dave. Good. Happy to hear that. All
Yeah,
right.
yesterday was a long hold. I thought you were talking about today.
No, yesterday, Rip Van Winkle.
Yesterday was a long hold.
Good. Good, Mark. Good. Okay, stocks that on my short side. Now, I'm going to give you 3 stocks. These 3 stocks, no, it's not, Lisa. One is a platform, one is a alert service. Okay. Hey, David. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 stocks right now. These stocks all have a correlation of about 95%. Are you going to take all 3 of them? If you are, just get a triple leveraged ETF and you'll save yourself commission. Yeah, Pat, I read your question. I just read it. 20 implied tipping point for credit versus debit spread. I read it and I said, yes, it is. On the market, on the broad market. Okay, so here are the 3 stocks. British Petroleum, SLB, and Halliburton. Do you notice that they all use exactly the same they all look exactly the same. So it's a matter of just finding one with the highest volume. And in this case, SLB has the highest volume. Good. Moondog is happy. Let me repost that, Moondog. Matt, are you reading what people are writing you?
Mm-hmm.
I told you, not that was not easy to get through. 24 days out. Yeah. Well, it's just very correlated. Same industry, same stocks. I'm well, Art. Thank you for asking. 24 days out, you can go to about, yes, I could lower my option chain. 69 delta, 38 put right there. So again, I gave you three, but they're all the same. You understand? I can't wait for you guys to start using correlation matrix. I believe once you start using the correlation matrix, you will never ever execute a trade again without using it. That's how much I think you will use it. Don't you, Matt?
Yeah, it's very powerful.
You better start getting it for me so we can give it to the programmers, give it to the Indian programmers. All right,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I need, and you should do. I'll give you the time period to look at, but we probably want a month, 30-day correlation between them. How can we use it, Ruth? I'm going to talk about it at 1 p.m. UNH. Do you see why I'm bearish this stock? I have an alert right now set at the VWAP right here. If we get filled, maybe I'll take a short on it, but I do like this for a short. I do like it for a short. Okay. Alejandro, I don't know what trading code you're talking about. We're going to have to do a spread here. We're going to have to go to a 425 put and sell the 420. Buy the 425, sell the 420. About $2.50. Let's continue. FedEx. Wait for it to break down a little more. About 24 days to go as of right now. 71 delta. Too expensive. Let's buy the 215, sell the 210. $2.50, not a penny more. Who's making you do credit debit spreads with level 3, Mark? Who's making you do spreads with limited risk spread with level 3? That's the world we live in now, huh? Eat. If the market can keeps doing it, it can eat my shorts. All right. Robin Hood, how dare they? Go to Tasty Works. 69 delta. 69 is the magic word. 150 put. Eat May 16, 17 days to go. Let's continue. This one is fairly spready, I think. No, it's okay, actually. 17 days out, 84 put, 35 strike price, HELE. Sorry, Mark. Sorry to hear that. So HELE. You can all here, Mark. Look, you can go right here to this link and you can watch it fast, slow, pause it, rewind it, watch it in slow motion, do all that stuff. Anybody who's like who can't hear well, can't see well, you can go and watch it on YouTube, right? I just posted a link for you all. You can watch it 100 times. You can really slow.
And I think we have closed captions on that
And we
too.
have, I think we do have closed
Yeah,
captions. Yeah, we
I'm
do have
looking
closed
at it.
captions. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But I'm just saying that some people like it slow motion, fast. You can rewind, pause. You can direct TV me all day long if that's what you choose to do. Fresh Pet, like the stock. Remember, I'm not screening for earnings because I know a lot of you are very adventurous and like to trade earnings. Eat was it was 17 days out, 150 versus 145 right here. Okay, next is DQ. DQ. It's a semiconductor company. I'm pretty bearish on chips right now, actually. So This one looks really good. Earnings are coming up. Earnings are coming up on everything right now. 17 days out, 75 delta, 69 or 75 delta, 14 or 1450 put. On Fresh Pet, which I really like a lot. Uh, 17 days out, 74 delta, 80 put. Let's now move to the long side, okay? Matt, can you post the link I'm going to have? And I'll talk more about, I'm going to talk a lot about, folks, you don't realize how important seasonality and correlation is. And we're going to be talking about that. There's a wonderful tool in PD that tells you exactly when earnings are. Yep, there is. There is. And I have it right here as well. You want me to check CL? Colgate? It's not doing anything right now. Choppy. Look, you should be able to, by now, you should be able to see this without me. You shouldn't need me to tell you that the stock is in a channel right now. Marty, go start coming here every day and start watching my morning show, and you'll be up to speed in a couple of months. I promise you. I really do. Okay. So let's now continue. GWRE to the long side. Right here. Let's switch to calls. Let's go 17 days out. 68 delta, 195 call right here. A little spready. Core. I like how this stock looks. Marty, you go to my YouTube channel. Just go to Roger Scott on YouTube and go to the live tab and subscribe to my channel. And I give a link in the Telegram every morning for all three channels. Yeah, and take my boot camp class too while you're at it. Yeah, so if you guys want to hear more about his calling. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just needed to pause my phone, mute my phone. This is a beautiful looking stock right now. Earnings, god darn it. Earnings, earnings, earnings. 280 call for crowd. Starting to move up a little bit. Do I like this double bottom? I kind of do, actually. $4.30 call versus the $4.35 call at $2.50 and not a penny more. You like CME? Let me look at CME. Actually, CME looks fantastic right now, Cyrus, and it's already past earnings. I did not have it on my list. Thank you for that. Fintech, guys. I remember somebody talking about fintech. Nice, and earnings are over too. 17 days out, 77 delta, 260 call. Really do like it, Cyrus. Very, very nice. TR. A little overdone. I would wait for us to come back about 50, 54-ish or so. Very expensive. You can always do a spread. 76 delta. That's all right, Kirk. 54 call. A little overextended. MSTR. See how as soon as volatility went below 30, how we starting to see stocks on our bullish list once again? You can go 24 days out. You can go 400 versus 405 for about $2.50 and not a penny more. Earnings are coming up on it. Kroger. I think Kroger's starting to come up here, although I don't think it's ready yet. Yeah, it's not ready yet. Not yet. So we got to just hold off with Kroger. This stock looks beautiful. 17 days to go, 70 call. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Timos uh, is right between the 100-day and the Ringo, you obviously are not looking, you don't have your moving averages on or something? You're between the 100 and the 200. What are you going to do with this? Pinched. You're pinched, my friend. When you're pinched, the thing to do is not to do anything. What you have told me is that you don't have your moving averages on your charts. You want to be above the American flag, not below the American flag. You only want to short if you're below the American flag. Um, Sherry, I don't do orders here. I don't take orders on stocks. I have my list, and that's that. Palantir, 24 days out. Yeah, you could do a spread. You can buy the 117 and sell the 119 for $1. For $1. VKTX. You got room as I started with this stock. You got room till about the 100. You got earnings already passed. It's right now right at the VWAP, which may be a good time to engage. '26 call. Spready, spready. You could probably get something done with this market maker. Spready. Okay, let me take a quick look at Netflix. Yeah, I like Netflix. I like Netflix. The problem with Netflix is it's kind of deviated from the 8-day. But there are no perfect stocks right now, and most of them look like garbage. Algorithm that I need to copy and paste on my platform showing when to buy and sell. Alejandra, that's something you should contact customer service, buy it, and then go to customer service live to learn how to use it. Okay, Alejandro? Timas? You guys want me to look at Timas? I already looked at Timas. I already told you the problem I have with Timas. TD? TD looks good. TD looks good. Not too bad. Mags? What about Mags? You got a lot of hills to climb here. Geo, all right, Geo. Geo looks beautiful right now. Problem with Geo is got a lot of resistance here we got to overcome. So I'd like Geo. I would like Geo. Geo's got till about $2 more left, and then you have some resistance, and then you have another area of resistance right there. Geo looks pretty good. Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at it. Yeah, I'd be careful with Geo. I'd be careful. You got these areas right here, and then you got this major one right here. If it can get past this 33.24 level, you got all the way to 36. So you got a little room there. STNE, a little overextended. And also keep something else in mind. Look at the SPY. Look what the SPY has ahead of us. Got every color of the rainbow here. No, I wouldn't be long FSLR right now. I mean, no, I would wait for it to get above a little more. I'd want it to go a little higher. I don't like buying stocks that are basing. I'd rather spend more money and buy a stock like Geo that has a stronger trend. I want to see a trend like this. This is a nice looking stock. It's just got some areas against us, but nonetheless, it's a great looking stock. And also, I just want to add, the high volume bars are not here, so you don't. These are not major support. I like Geo. I like Geo. You got an area right here. This is when these high volume bars become really useful. Got an area right there. These don't have the high volume bars, you see. So we'll go ahead and delete that. That. So this is kind of where we're at right now. You're breaking out. If we can break this a little more, you pretty much have all the way to 36.64. Hopefully I did a good enough analysis there. Lift. Nah, this thing can't lift anything. Look, it's got the maybe for a bull put spread. See, where we have something up here, but we're not expecting it to go down. Maybe for a bull put spread. RO to do what? What am I what would you like me to do with a stock that's between two moving averages? It's on a downtrend moving against us. There's nothing to do here. HWM needs to break out above this area. We got some resistance here. Meta needs to break above the American flag. Rho looks like shit. No, it's RO. That's what the ticker for RO is. CLS doesn't look good at all. All right, folks, I will see you in 15 minutes in my class. No, I don't use the Hull 20-day EMA. Ringo, how many people do you think use the Hull 20-day EMA compared to the 50, 100, and the 200-day moving average? Maybe for every 1,000, one uses it? Or you want to use the same thing that everybody else uses. Self-fulfilling prophecy, Ringo. Now go listen to some Beatles, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you at 1 o'clock. All right, Ringo? I'll see you guys soon. Tell Paul and everybody else I said hello. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Matt will post the link one more time. Behave yourselves, and I'll see you in 14 minutes in the other room. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Ciao.